you know, if suddenly it became DVDs, I gave them to my gardener had grandchildren who wanted to see them, so I gave them to him.
So you're
but
a
the
genuine
new Star Trek, whoa, fantastic.
Yeah?
I'd love to be in one of those.
Okay.
All right, well, maybe that could happen. If you've ever wondered how they make those amazing creatures for things like Star Trek and Doctor Who, then we've got a bloke now who you just have to meet.
Yeah, he is the ultimate monster maker. Let's welcome Neil Gorton and some of his creations.
Yeah. Come on, Neil. Who are these guys? Look at this dude.
Yeah. This is our Tyrannosaurus and our robot, so just a couple of friends I thought I'd bring along for the
No, they're really good.
It's revolutionary. This is totally brand new.
You a Star Wars fan, Cliff?
I was. I saw them all.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the new Doctor Who as well. I can't believe that I'm not watching a movie.
OK, well, Neil, you worked on Doctor Who, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been with the series since it came back.
It's
7
down
years
to this
ago.
guy.
What's the favourite monster you've created, then?
Davros, probably from Doctor Who, just because
Okay.
he was some. When I was a kid in the 70s, I always watched Doctor Who, and Davros was. I mean, when I was really little, I was just wondering where did they find an actor that was so withered?
Yeah, we're here. We have Davros. We also have a remote control griller.
Yeah, this is another little friend of mine. This is a personal project. We're building all these characters so that they can go out and meet the public, basically.
Cliff, can Cliff have a go?
Cliff, do you want to have a play? This is basically you've got the mouth.
I got that.
There we go. Wiggle.
What's this one for? Oh, his nose. Oh.
See, that's his nose.
Cliff, can you sing one of your songs and get him to sing it along?
The mouth is on this
Here
one.
we go.
She's just a devil woman.
Brilliant. Where did you learn, then, to make all this stuff?
I was basically self-taught. When I was a kid, you know, Star Wars came out, I was only about 7, and you just... there wasn't all the information that's available today. So I found every book and magazine I could and learned what I could and taught myself. But nowadays... there's
It's his breath I'm worried about.
But nowadays, there's actually university degrees you can get. The BBC have got a great website, the BBC College of Production, where you can get a real look behind the scenes. I do a lot of teaching myself. I run a little courses. So, you know, there's a lot of area. If people get on the net, they can find loads of ways to educate.
How long does it take to do one of those shows, one of the Doctor Who shows? Because it looks as though all the effects and stuff that it would take ages to do.
I mean, we normally start about 6 weeks in advance of the filming.
To do 6 weeks for one show?
For one show. I mean, they're running all the time, but we'll have about 6 weeks. They'll have been writing it and prepping it even before. So I think one show, if you'd followed it start to finish, is about 6 months.
All right, and Neil, if you had all the money in the world, what would you do? You told us in rehearsal. Tell everybody this is brilliant.
I'd love to build a zoo, an
whole
animatronic zoo. Because when you go to the zoo, you want to be you want to be in the cage and stroke things.
And don't feed the animals because they're not real.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure.
Thank you, dude. Give us a high five. Can you do a high five? Can you give us a high five? All right.
Holiday destinations in the world, and I ended up in Cardiff. I was a little bit disappointed. But actually, it's a really nice place and well worth a visit. Hang on a minute, we haven't had a male voice choir. That's more like it.
Oh, only men allowed there. Cardiff Sea in the top 10.
You've done it again.
Come on.
Cardiff is really it nowadays.
Have
Seriously.
you been to Cardiff, Clive?
Not recently, no.
Did you just
I've been into Cardiff, but I mean, that's one of those changed cities like Birmingham, Liverpool, Newcastle. These places have really changed over the
Renaissance
years.
cities.
But you haven't had a little walk around?
No, not recently.
Just to point out, you just pointed at Sir Cliff.
Sorry, Sir Cliff.
Let's not even point at me.
All right?
All right.
Okay. Now, we have another question, a quiz, Richard, from one of our one-show viewers.
We're all going on a summer holiday, no more working for a week or two. Fun and laughter on a summer holiday, no more worries for me or you. For a week or two.
It's nice to have a holiday romance. Have you ever had one?
She's a cheeky one.
No, but it looks as though I might.
All right, listen, there's this whole stack of albums next year. There's 88 albums. Surely they can't be by the same person. Yeah. Oh, yes, they are. They're by Sir Cliff Richard.
Yes, they are.
88 albums. Incredible, that is.
Well, it is incredible because it's not that long. I mean, I've only been singing for, 100 years, and 88 is most of that time.
Yeah, but the brand new one, Soulicious, it's not in this pile.
No, we've got it just about finished now.
Okay, and there's
And
a
it's-
tour on the back of it, isn't there?
It's what? Oh, yeah, there's a bit, yeah. A tour is going to be... Can I tell you where we're going to be? We're going to start in Nottingham. We're going to play in Manchester, Newcastle, Liverpool, Birmingham,
Yeah.
and London.
Cardiff.
Cardiff. Oh,
It's
no,
an
we're not
alternative
gonna-
holiday destination.
Hey, it's never too late to add Cardiff onto the bill.
It's true.
Okay.
I'll try and sort
Can you
something
nail that?
out. But you know, it's not... I mean, this album that I've done, I sing with some icons. You'd know them. All the people like the Temptations and the Stylistics and Roberta Flack, Peter Bryson, Frida Payne.
Who sorts all that out?
Percy Sledge.
Well, it was David Guest, actually, who was a good friend of Gloria Hunniford's, and they were having dinner one night, and suddenly I got this phone call, and he said, I think you should try singing some soul stuff. So I said, OK, if you can put it together, I'd have died and gone to heaven, and here I am in heaven.
The question that begs is, how does Gloria Hunniford know David
Yeah.
Guest?
How does anybody know David Guest?
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess they've met up a couple of times. You know, Gloria likes to do the scene, and, you know, she likes to play the rooms, and I guess she'd certainly meet a lot more people than I ever would. Because
right.
I tend to stay at home a lot.
Yeah.
OK, now, you know, lots of these albums, these duet albums can be done like, you know, when one person's on planet Earth, the other one's on Mars. But here's you at work with one of the big stars.
Which one is it?
Very nice. Very nice.
So that was, of course, you and Percy Sledge in Memphis. How long were you out there for then?
I was in Memphis for about 3 weeks, and I spent a couple of weeks in New York. Because Lamont Dozier, the one character there that wasn't Percy Sledge or me, was Lamont Dozier. And he and Holland Dozier and Holland wrote 54 #1 Motown hits and about 120 top 10 ones. And then when I came to New York, I worked with Asher and Simpson. They produced 4 tracks for me. But Percy was funny because he's such a gentleman. I can't tell you. These people were so nice to me. It was unbelievable. He came in and we said, OK, you're my puppet. He said, oh, I know that one. Anyway, when it came to the bit that he had to do where it goes, I'm your boy, sweet little soul, he said, I don't know that bit. And then so I sat down. It was just before we actually practiced it. And me and Percy, we're like that now.
Yay!
I taught him that bit.
But you're not like that with Elvis, are you? I mean, speaking
No.
of Memphis, you did have an invitation to go to Graceland, but you said no.
Well,
I'm not coming for a cup of tea.
No, I did go. I went to Graceland this time when I was in Memphis, but I went to Graceland when it was still Elvis's, when Elvis was still alive, even though he wasn't there. He heard I was coming and went to Vegas.
Is that true, though?
No, he was in Vegas filming, I think, Viva Las Vegas.
And why didn't you want to go and hook up with him at the time? What happened there?
Well, I mean, I never got a chance to hook up with him except once. When Devil Woman was a hit in America, this journalist said to me, I'm a friend of Elvis. I believe you were inspired by him. I could arrange the meeting. And I said, OK. And then I thought, wait a minute. I said, Elvis is really fat now. You know, he'd put on a lot of weight. And I said, he diets before he does a movie. I'd rather have a photograph on my wall of me with the Elvis that inspired me.
Well, at least you're honest about that. You know.
Well, now I think I was really stupid.
Yeah.
I would give anything to be able to say, yes, I'm...
Hey, Cliff,
Yeah.
General Hindsight never won a war.
No, I know.
You know that. It's Friday now, and that means food. Jay, what are we tucking into tonight?
Tell me, Alex, Chris, how much do you like a curry?
Oh, we love a curry.
Oh, I love curry.
The good news is I've got curries from 5 different countries for you to try in a moment. Pakistan and India, when we have large communities here who at least have eaten a lot of that food for a long time.
By the way, Cliff is such a pro. He was slightly in your shot. He saw it in the monitor and just moved out. Cliff,
I did.
he's the greatest guest in the world. He's the guest to keep.
Thank you,
Give.
Sir Cliff.
He'll
I
come
feel-
back every week.
Yeah.
No, that was more the body odour the bottom.
I washed this week.
Jay,
Yes.
is curry only an Indian thing?
No, not all curries are Indian. We have a selection of curries here from all over the world. I have to say I was laughing as this was being laid out because they said everything will be marked for you. Of course, it's marked with flag.
We love a bit of
I'm looking at this thinking, OK,
That's the Indian one.
yeah, that is the Indian. Now,
This is Japanese.
let's start over here with the Indian. Where do you think this dish has actually come from?
Can we all taste?
Yeah, you can.
one?
Yeah,
Birmingham.
it is. Well, that makes it easy, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a balti.
Hang on a
And
second, let's
the
be
balti,
polite here. Here
the
we go.
balti was invented in this country for
that's a
migrants
large
from India and Pakistan coming into Birmingham, and they didn't have their families with them, so they needed canteens to eat in. And, you know, the word balti in one language in India actually means, do you know what it means?
No.
Bucket.
Bucket. Bouquet.
Yes, bucket. Anyway, let's move around.
Well, it's cooked in a sort of bucket thing, isn't it?
Well, it's
That is
served
the
in a
balti.
bucket thing. Right, over here, Japanese katsu curry.
Right, let's have a taste of that.
curry flavours, curry sauce, was actually, as one story has it, introduced to Japan by
You're right there.
the British. I feel like I'm trying to lecture people in the middle of a picnic.
Well, to be honest, you brought curry in, right? So,
All right, so the British
yeah.
brought trade into Japan. Japanese food has been influenced by a lot of places outside of Japan, and it's the Raj bringing food over from India to Japan. It's estimated, one survey, that every Japanese person eats 125 servings of that.
Wow.
I've got the taste now. Have you got the taste?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This was meant to be Indonesia, but I can see that it has the Malaysian flag. I hope that's
Well, maybe
the
they've
Malaysian
just
flag.
reclaimed it.
Fish head curry.
Yeah.
That's probably an acquired taste. We have some Burmese curries here. We have a duck and potato curry. I have to try and get my fork into that one. Although talking and
Oh,
eating
my.
this.
They are so different, aren't they?
Is this a Thai green one here?
It is fine.
Not great for the bloke talking about curry to actually have a load.
I'm sorry, you put this food in front of me. What's going to happen? From a very good Thai restaurant down in Manor, I'm not going to name it. We have a Massaman curry, which is a really rich, coconutty, beefy curry. They sometimes make it with lamb. And in front of it, a Penang.
That's a bit spicy, isn't it, Cliff?
These are all beautiful, by the way.
These are all
I
serious.
don't know who
Have we
made
got
these,
any
but these are
water?
beautiful.
I do actually know
was
who
good.
makes them, and I get these as
here
my
we are.
takeaways on Fridays.
Thank you very
sometimes.
much. Thank you.
Do you?
Yeah, but I'm not
Now,
naming.
Cliff, you look after yourself. You're not controlling. You're more disciplined. But you do say, even though you don't have enough curries nowadays, if you had one more meal on the planet, it would be a curry, wouldn't it?
Oh, I think so. I think so. I tend to go for Indian curries, but I've always liked the Thai. That one's very good.
It is very spicy.
But they're not so much hot. They're just peppery.
No,
aren't
but
they?
curries don't have to be hot. The chili makes it hot.
Yeah, yeah.
But curry is really a whole bunch of spices and herbs and stuff.
But you're a big Chinese fan because I know a restaurant that you go to on. Well, let's just say it's over there. So
Yeah.
Down the stairs.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let's leave it.
Very nice.
Some foodie news, Jay, please.
Foodie news. We did a little film a couple of months ago about the growing of meat in laboratories, and would this be a solution to environmental problems through the raising of livestock? Was a report this week. The Dutch say they are 1 year away from the laboratory-grown hamburger.
No.
Oh.
Now,
You mean it comes up as a hamburger?
well, it basically is laboratory-grown meat. If you can get
mean
a
it's-
protein culture, you can grow it.
Yeah, but does that mean it's a cow in a room and then they just chop its head off and mince it up?
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that. If it meant that, then obviously that would be not just a hamburger grown in a laboratory, but an entire cow.
Well, we'll leave those two chatting. We've got to move on now.
Yeah, time now to celebrate our viewers' lives. Take it away, Cliff.
What about,
Yeah.
wait a minute, you're talking about Angela Lippin?
Yeah.
Angela Lippin? That's because I've just had Japanese food. Angela Rippon's Britain.
That's
Yes,
right,
come on.
yes,
Is that
go.
what you're talking about?
And these are tonight's headlines. Back Garden is the last stop for Train of the Future. Big win for... I'm Angela Rippon. You've been watching Rippon's Britain. Goodbye.
Thank you, Angela.
Yeah. Now then, did you know that there's a rose called Cliff Richard? Have us a little
I
sniff
did.
for that. Go on.
Yeah, I did know, actually. It's a floribunda type.
Have you had loads of roses named after you?
No, but there is one, I think, called Summer Holiday.
Yeah?
There's after the film.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with this one.
OK, right. We're going to move on. That begins the theme of the next item, doesn't it? Yeah. Garden, Judith. Well done. Now, Christine loves to go to celebrities' gardens, and she'd like to go to yours in Barbados, please.
Absolutely.
Yeah, is that done?
When does she want to come?
Done deal.
Yeah, done deal.
Oh, we love it. How big is your garden in Barbados?
Just under 3 acres.
Wow.
But a lot of it's a hill that you can't use.
Right, OK, well, she does want to see that bit.
So basically, there's about half an acre.
All right, OK.
There we are. OK, well, we asked at the beginning of the show for some pictures of people who'd met you. We've had loads in,
and we're not going to do them
surprisingly.
yet because we've got a question
Aren't we?
first from the viewer.
Right, OK, then we'll have got a question from the viewer.
The pictures go into the picture thing about the peacock. You
Okay.
remember? OK. Here's another quiz, Richard.
So, Cliff, I'd like to ask you, is there anything you wish you'd done when you were a young one?
Well, you know, I always wished I'd be a singer, and I got that.
Yeah.
I always wished I'd have a gold album, and I got that. So I ran out of wishes really early. And remember, I was a child star, so I was already wishing for those things as a child, and I got them. But when I think back, my life's been too nice.
Yeah.
There's nothing, I can't think of anything that can improve it.
No
Christine
more than you
walked in
deserve, though.
Barbados.
I mean, you put the
I love
graft in.
Barbados. Yeah, I wish to play. I always wished for a place like that, and I've got one.
You put the hours in, haven't you? You know, I mean, that's it.
Well, you have to put the hours in, and then, of course, when you actually get what you want, it takes even more hours to keep it going.
Yeah. OK. To be as good, you've got to be better. I think that's the thing.
Yes.
We've been asking their viewers to have Click Richard going on. Quiz Richard, Click Richard. I love
It's
all
like
that stuff.
Groundhog Day, so we asked for your pictures of you with Cliff
Cliff
Richard.
Pictures. Yeah. Kathy and Cliff in 1964. This is cool 60s Cliff. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
OK, look at that.
Whoa!
Kathy had won Mirabelle magazine's Girl of the Year competition.
But that's... Oh, wait a minute, though. That's not me actually standing beside her, is it?
Yes.
No, it looks like you've been pasted on.
No, but what I
thought
mean,
that
yeah, I
was-
thought it was pasted, but it's true.
No,
is
that's it.
Wait,
Yeah.
What was I doing? I don't wear clothes. Oh,
were
no.
just looking-
That was a movie. It
you're
must
so
be a movie
handsome.
set. She must have won a visit to the movie set.
Wow. All right.
So
let's go there.
handsome. This is Irene Stewart and Cliff in Glasgow.
Which one's Cliff?
Nice shirt. That's right up my street there. And our director said, he looks better now. That's how he talks, by the way. Donna from Clacton-on-Sea with Cliff in 1990. This is very cool. Backstage
Doris.
at your Brussels
Oh,
gig.
my God, look at that. Yeah, look at that hair. I love that hair.
You look
I
very
have.
tanned.
I think I should grow it out more.
No,
yeah.
you're fine.
Well, it'll stop it coming out.
You're fine. No, don't worry about that. We've got time for some more if you want to send them to us. More pictures now. As our wildlife photographer, Jamie Crawford, heads to the sleepy village of somewhere in Norfolk.
Ashwellthorpe.
All right. Where some noisy peacocks are ruffling more than a few feathers.
Back gardens are the perfect practice ground for wildlife photography, and bird feeders are one of the best places to hone your techniques.
Normally, I'd use a telephoto lens, a tripod, and lots of patience. But today, I'm in Ashwellthorpe in Norfolk, and the situation is anything but normal. Instead, I've got to stay out of sight. And you're walking around in their garden. So I think, you know, we really have to sort of get the thing in perspective, really. Feral peacocks are definitely on the increase, and yes, that might mean they squawk outside your window or they dig up your plants, and they might even occasionally scratch your car. But, well, perhaps that's a price worth paying for living with such a spectacular bird.
They are stunning, aren't they, the old
That
peacocks?
white one was amazing.
You are, in many ways, the peacock of British television. I mean it! Don't you think Alice is beautiful?
Oh.
Yes.
There you go. Right, got out of that one. Cliff, we've got another question from the youth, another quiz. Richard, here we go.
Got myself a crying, talking, sleeping, walking, living doll. Got to do my best to please her just 'cause she's a living doll.
So, I want to know what satisfies your soul, Cliff.
Can we have this audience every week?
I think if you're a singer, the thing that really is satisfying is when you do something on stage and then you get that fantastic response from an audience. If you've done it right, you get it double the response. So I think singing satisfies my soul, and you know, singing with other singers. Like, I mean, I've never had the opportunity to sing with others the way I've sang on the new album, because they're all soul singers, and it was fantastic.
There you go. That's the perfect
That's the
answer.
answer.
It's the other soul singers that satisfies your soul when you're singing with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, to an audience that claps like and whoops like and oohs like tonight's audience. Right, it's time for another film now from the barber of One Show Street. All right, we've got to admit it, Andy Murray is no longer in Wimbledon.
Oh, no!
Forget about the blokes, let's talk about the ladies tennis. Pretty cool, thank you, Charles, for that film. And we've got some more of your photographs with Cliff. Look at cool Cliff here again.
Whoa, on the
with a bottle
bottle.
of no doubt his own one, I reckon that is. That's Cliff in the Argyle with Christine Gibson.
And a bottle of wine.
I think it's your wine.
This one is a really nice one. Look at that. It's like a film, isn't it? A rom-com.
It is.
It's Caroline with Cliff at Caesar's Palace, Luton in 1989. Do you remember Caroline?
I remember Caesar's Palace.
Oh, there we are.
That is a very cool snap.
Sorry, Karen.
And now here's the thing. You're not actually in this picture, but Paul Cheshire and all his pals went to watch Summer Holiday, and then they went and emulated it themselves. And this is them on their summer holiday after watching your movie.
They all went on that bus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
That
brilliant
must
is
have been a
that?
tight fit.
All right, well, listen, Cliff, thanks so much for being here.
Pleasure, my pleasure.
All right, you're going to go to the tennis on Sunday?
I will, yeah. I've got to change my costume now, though.
Yeah.
If Murray's not there, I'm not
Yeah.
going to wear my Scottish jacket.
What are you going to wear instead?
I just might go in the beach outfit.
I think you're saying the buff then. Well, listen, good luck with Soulicious.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
That is all for tonight. As Chris says, Cliff's Soulicious tour starts on October the 15th in Nottingham, with gigs then in Manchester, Newcastle, London, Birmingham and Liverpool, and tickets are on sale now, aren't they?
They are on sale now.
So as far as the tennis is concerned, you know, Britain is out completely. So hang on a minute, what are we going to do? I know, I've got it. Come on, David, hey!
Next week, we've got Tony Bennett, Karen Brady, John Barrowman and Steve Martin. Have a brilliant weekend. Bye!
Thanks to